Umar Johnson just went on IG Live to try to do some damage control, but I fear it's over with. Like, it's completely over. I don't see how Umar Johnson could explain himself or get himself out this situation. There's no amount of blame he can put on others that could justify what's been going on with this school and the most recent update that's pretty shocking. In our last video on Umar Johnson, we covered how Umar Johnson was being slick and attempting to manipulate the public. See, Umar Johnson received $1.6 million in donations to build a school for black boys called FDMG. Now, he bought the school buildings for about $400,000. $1.2 million is left over for renovations and other things. So to our surprise, and everybody who donated surprise, these schools is being taken away from Umar Johnson and put up for auction in 20 days because Umar Johnson has unpaid fees that he hasn't paid yet to the cities. It's like $72,000 worth of fees that Umar Johnson hasn't paid. If you raise $1.6 million and you haven't misused the funds, why can't you pay $72,000 again? Well, approximately around the same time that Umar Johnson received the notice that the city of Delaware have plans on putting the school up for auction if the 72K isn't paid, Umar Johnson went public and accused the banks of freezing his accounts. Now, when Umar Johnson went public with the banks have frozen both his personal and his business account for the school, a lot of people were confused as to why Umar Johnson was telling us this. Because nobody knew yet that the city of Delaware planned on confiscating this school in 20 days. It wasn't until some pedestrian went by the school and seen a notice on the school's doors that people then found out, hold on, this may be a scheme by Umar Johnson. Once we had access to the information, everybody called it out. Everybody knew what the plan was. The plan was always going to be to play on the naiveness of people, to race bait, to bring forth this grand conspiracy that the government, the CIA, the FBI froze your account right when the city of Delaware demanded you pay this fee or else they would sell the school because the government and the white man don't want you to have a school for black boys. We knew that was going to be the play and everybody called it out. Well, Umar Johnson took a long hiatus, but he finally spoke on what's been going on. After about 10 days since his last IG Live, Umar Johnson finally went live with some pretty creative excuses as to why he didn't have $72,000 to pay the fees that are resulting in his school being put up for auction after receiving $1.6 million in donations from his fans.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Tunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Tunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, This past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus.
Man, Umar, cut it out, man. Yo, who you think you talking to, man? Cut it out. I feel like when Umar Johnson go on these rants or try to peddle these conspiracy theories, he's talking to the single mothers who Umar Johnson is their last hope for their badass babies, or he's talking to like the people a part of his cult. Because nobody with a working brain, he can't possibly believe that anybody with a working brain will buy this, bruh. Of course, them folks had an official confirmation they were able to properly serve you the summons and complaint. And that's why they were able to get a judgment out against you. Now, Umar Johnson is talking like after the judgment, them putting a notice at his door is not a routine procedure. Bro, he talking like he ain't grew up in North Philly. Cut it out, Umar, bro. Listen, if you really grew up in poverty, homie, you know, man. All right, when the eviction notice coming, they put the eviction notice at the door. Now, your case is a little different. It's not an eviction notice, but I mean, it very well may be because you got 20 days to pay or get up out of there, man, because that school no longer belongs to you, homie. So, no, I don't believe like these people are racist or they were discriminating against Umar Johnson as he's about to try to peddle, bruh. And also, why would Umar Johnson think that putting a notice at the door would be like their way of trying to hide it from him? If Umar Johnson was at that school as routinely and often as he claims he is, then wouldn't them putting a notice at the door be the fastest way to notify somebody who's at the school routinely? Now, apparently, Umar Johnson was not at the school and had no idea that notice was there. Like until one of like the YouTubers went by the school, took a picture of the notice and posted it online, and that's how Umar Johnson was alerted.
Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape.
Now we're at the part of the story where things get comical. Umar Johnson is screaming racism, racial discrimination, and a conspiracy against them. He's not taking accountability. It's not, hey, man, I mismanaged these funds. I don't got much left. All right? I didn't have the money to pay these fees, man. I'm sorry. Umar Johnson is now calling upon you guys to leave the comfort of your home, to leave the comfort of your children, and to take a flight to Delaware and march with him and protest with him the city of Delaware, as if it's their fault. Like, what would protesting the city of Delaware do? oh, yeah, Umar, you don't have to pay these fees again. What? As if it's their fault your bank account got frozen. Right? Yo, again, he's not taking you guys to go protest the bank who has frozen his accounts. And if they just release his accounts or unfreeze it, this problem gets solved, right? If they just release the funds through your protesting and marching, the problem gets solved, right? Because of course you have the 72,000 in that account, but he's not asking y'all to go march and protest the bank account to unfreeze his money. He's asking y'all to go march and protest against the city as if it's their fault he can't pay this bill.
Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver? I knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that the power structure, I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware, our donors and supporters across the United States, and our donors and supporters across the entire planet. We may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this.
If you were white, you think you would have raised $1.6 million to start a school for all white boys? To be honest, in this America, probably. So I take that back. I take that back. But sir, if you have a team of people as if you claim, then it would make no sense. it I can't even begin to fathom how your team would have no idea that FDMG was in court proceedings over unpaid vacant property fees. That YouTubers and internet people were the ones who were able to search it up coincidentally and find, hey, bruh, here's the court proceedings. If that's the case, fire your entire team, but there is no team, man. Umar Johnson is just winging this, man. He's winging this. Now, do I feel like this started off as a scam? I don't know, man. I was one of the people who said I don't think it started off as a scam. Now, I'll be real. The more lies that comes, the more attempts to manipulate. How can I not call it a scam at this point, bruh? Right? Because nobody in their right mind, nobody can tell me, bro, that Umar Johnson go in public and letting the world know that his bank accounts were frozen and he has access to no money right around the same time that he got notified that, hey, bruh, you got to pay this in 20 days or else the school going up for auction. Nobody can tell me that Umar Johnson didn't know that Umar Johnson coincidentally made that video with no idea that the school would be up for auction if these fees weren't paid. That was an excuse. Now, Umar Johnson, he's now out to chastise the school and claim that they didn't give him a chance to get on the payment plan. A payment plan for what? For $30,000 to $70,000? I think the $30K was the only thing that's getting property taken away, which is the abandoned or the vacant property fees. The other fees like the utility stuff like that could be paid. So a payment plan for 30 grand? Where's the millions at?
If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive an email? Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not going to quit. We not going to give in. The only thing left on the elementary school is to lay down the tile. We're going to lay down this tile and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march. We will have to march. We might march anyway, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We're not giving up, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the city council president of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are a supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware for racism and discriminatory treatment. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys, and we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No racism from the city of Wilmington will stop us. No sabotage from the city of Wilmington will stop us. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor's chief of staff. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the commissioner for license and inspections. Tomorrow morning, call the city council president of Wilmington and ask them, why was Dr. Umar in FDMG ignored for 4 months when he was trying to rectify this problem? Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG Academy ignored for 4 months while he was trying to rectify this problem? Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. We will not retroactively apply your vacant property registration fee waiver. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan.
That right there is confirmation that the city did nothing wrong. If Umar Johnson is claiming that his response to them saying no would have been, okay, well, can I get a payment plan? Then that would mean that whatever they're doing is just, that whatever they're doing, they're in their right to do so. If your response, because again, if they were violating Umar Johnson rights, or if they were doing something to Umar Johnson that was unlawful, then Umar Johnson wouldn't just say, okay, well, hey, can I please get a payment plan? No, he would have said, I'm not paying this. But they were doing everything lawfully, right? He owes it lawfully. So Umar Johnson, what, bro? Like, you're gonna sue them for what? For making you pay these fees and claiming that it's racism? It doesn't make sense. And now Umar Johnson is asking you guys to fund the bill and to pay the money that's owed to the city. So this school is not taken away, what, in about 13 days? He got till the 25th. So Umar Johnson now wants to raise in an excess of $30,000 just for the vacant property fees and not the other stuff, which would amount to a total of 72 grand. He wants to raise $30,000 in 13 days. And the sad part about this, I think he can do it. I think there's still people dumb enough to give him the 30 grand.
No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, standing strong, Leo season. We will not quit. We will not abdicate. We will not equivocate. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Garveyism to get back. Pan-Africanism to perish. See you in Nat Turner land. See you in New Orleans. See you in Hattiesburg.
I better not see y'all, man, taking them flights from Europe and Africa to come and protest in Delaware, bruh. Yo, Umar Johnson has officially lost the plot. Yo, I think it's over with, bruh. I think once this school gets taken away, after Umar Johnson done gave about 18 opening dates for this school, after that school get taken away, that's when I feel like, okay, it's officially over now. It's officially done. I don't feel like Umar Johnson will be dumb enough to try to raise more money for another school building. I think Umar Johnson would officially, you know what? It's good. I'll go away. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? What do y'all think, man? Do y'all believe that Umar Johnson is being unfairly treated? Do y'all believe that Umar Johnson is being discriminated against by the city of Delaware? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, or here on my screen, to find out how this scandal just ended this rapper's career. Click on this video right here to find out how. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.